Well, let's see. As you know, I've written a book about Latonia, and I don't have one in my hand to show you, but they're over there. And this is part of the Arcadia Images of America series. And this series of books showcases old photographs from small towns and villages and big cities all over the country. So I guess I'd like to tell you a little bit about why I wanted to write this book, and also a little bit about what it's like to have a book published, what that process is like. What led me to write this book is the same thing that led me to move back here to Latonia, and really informs an awful lot of what I do with my life, actually, and that's my grandmother's stories. My grandmother lived with us, my father's mother, when I was growing up, and she told me stories of her family and Latonia, and it was absolutely the center of the universe. So fortunately, I listened to her, and as I got older, I began to realize what a real treasure she had given me there, so I started trying to add to it by gathering other family stories, and then also, once I moved back here to restore my great-aunt's Victorian house, I started researching and trying to collect other people's stories as well. And in this photo, I'll just ID this one real quickly for you. On the far left there is my grandmother, Fern. She was yet to be married at that time. Beside her is her sister, Myrtle, Myrtle's daughter, Georgia, and son, Richter, there with his tongue hanging out, and Fern and Myrtle's brother, Georgie. Behind them, lurking in the background, is Big Smitty, the patriarch of the family, George Smith, in his rocking chair. And this house still stands on East 36th Street. No. Oh, that's the flag. That's the flag. The flag was flying on the front porch. Yeah, actually, all you can really see are the stripes in the very end of it. But, and I do think it's incredibly important that photographs and all the little ephemera of daily life be preserved, because I really believe that's our real daily history. It's the history of our culture. It's not just about battles and dates and things like that. It's everyday life. And I like to think it might be a way to make history more interesting for kids when they can look at a picture of a building, a picture that was taken about 100 years ago, and it's a building that they pass every day going to and from school or something. I think that can help bring the whole concept to life. Arcadia Publishing is performing a really invaluable service by doing this series of books. It's a national series, and really they're preserving and sharing photographs that would stand a very good chance of being lost otherwise. And we have a good number of these books about Northern Kentucky here, and we have a very good one about Covington that was produced by the Kenton County Public Library. Really, the other reason I wanted to write the book was that I'm hoping that it'll help to promote Latonia by calling attention to its colorful past. Because there is a colorful past. It's a real character in its own right, and it's got a story to tell. To get started, I sent a query letter to Arcadia describing Latonia and the book that I wanted to do. And I included my qualifications both as a writer and as a Latonian. And I assured them that I could fill a book, at least one book, with good photos of old Latonia. They had some familiarity with it because they had done the Covington book already, and it featured Latonia a little bit. They replied that they were interested and sent me a proposal form, which I returned to them in August of 2007, along with 20 sample pictures. And I got the chapter titles also, 20 pictures and the chapter titles. And I got a formal acceptance. We signed a contract, and I was assigned an editor. So I began collecting photographs. Yeah, there's the cover of the book. Began to collect the photographs and the stories in the fall of 2007. And these books all follow strict guidelines for the sake of continuity in the series, so the framework is already there. But within that framework, I could create the book however I wanted to. I looked over some of the other Arcadia books and decided to take a little bit different approach in that my chapter order would sort of describe a loose narrative.